While everyone believes California housing is impossible to afford, I just found 15 cities where you can buy a home for less than the median price in Ohio. And 3 of these spots are about to explode in value before 2026. The real estate industry doesn't want you to know this exists. I know what you're thinking. There's no way California has affordable housing anymore. But in this video, I'm going to prove that wrong by revealing 15 California cities ranked by true affordability, expose the hidden trade-offs that could make or break your decision, and show you exactly which city delivers the most shocking value in 2025. You're probably wondering how this is even possible when San Francisco hits $1.4 million per home. Well, that's exactly what I thought too, until I discovered something that changes everything about California living. But first, you need to understand something that the media will never tell you. While everyone's talking about the California exodus, there's a quiet reverse migration happening. Smart money is moving to these specific 15 spots, and they're doing it for reasons that most people completely miss. You want to know the crazy part? Some of these cities have better job markets than Austin, lower crime than Denver, housing costs that make Tennessee look expensive, and attractions that rival major tourist destinations. But there's a pattern in these rankings that explains why this opportunity won't last much longer. City number 15, Modesto, the hidden wine country gateway. You're probably expecting the most expensive of our affordable options to be some obvious coastal spillover city, right? Wrong. Modesto comes in at number 15, and the reason why will make you question everything you think you know about California real estate. You're thinking, Modesto, that's just another Central Valley farm town. But check this out. It has the second cheapest home prices in our entire group at $449K. You heard that right. Second cheapest homes, but ranked as the most expensive overall cost of living. You want to know why? The rent situation will blow your mind. $2,076 per month. That's the highest rent in the entire group. Here's what's really happening. Investors are buying up properties and charging premium rents because Modesto sits perfectly between San Francisco and Fresno, and most people don't realize what else is nearby. The commute to San Jose, 2 hours. Stockton, 30 minutes. But here's what shocked me. You're 90 minutes from Yosemite National Park and an hour from some of California's best wine country. The Gala family vineyards are right there, and you can tour wineries that most tourists never discover. Downtown Modesto is getting a complete makeover, with the State Theater hosting major acts, the Gallo Center for the Arts bringing in touring Broadway shows, and new restaurants opening every month. The Modesto Arch, that iconic water, wealth, contentment, health landmark, sits in a downtown that's actually becoming worth visiting. But here's what nobody talks about. Modesto just saw a 33% drop in homicides. The Vintage Fair Mall area is thriving, and they're building new entertainment complexes. Healthcare costs are through the roof, though, which explains part of that high cost of living ranking. You're thinking, so should I buy or rent there? The answer depends on whether you're planning to commute to the Bay Area or work locally, because that completely changes the financial equation. City number 14, Palmdale, the aerospace frontier. You've probably driven through Palmdale on your way to Vegas and thought, this looks rough. And honestly, you wouldn't have been wrong a few years ago. But something's happening here that changes everything, and it starts with attractions that most people have no idea exist. Palmdale has the highest unemployment rate in our entire group at 7.1%. You're thinking, why would anyone move there? But here's what the statistics don't tell you. This place just saw a 100% drop in homicides, and it's home to some of the most incredible aerospace attractions in the country. The Air Force Flight Test Museum at Edwards Air Force Base is right there. You can see where they test experimental aircraft and space planes. The Joe Davies Heritage Air Park displays actual military aircraft, including an SR-31 Blackbird. You're living next to where they're literally testing the future of flight. The median home price sits at $530K, but here's where it gets interesting. The rent, only $1,300. You're getting 44% cheaper housing than Los Angeles with a household income of $81K that's actually above average for our group. But you want to know the real story? Palmdale sits at the intersection of three major infrastructure projects that most people don't know about yet. The high-speed rail project will connect directly to Los Angeles. The airport is expanding for commercial flights, and new aerospace manufacturing facilities are bringing high-paying jobs. The Devil's Punch Bowl natural area offers hiking and rock formations that look like another planet. Vasquez Rocks, where they filmed Star Trek and dozens of movies, is 30 minutes away. You're living next to desert landscapes and clear skies that photographers travel across the country to capture. When these infrastructure projects hit full operation, those 530K homes are not staying at 530K. The types of jobs coming online are high-paying aerospace, logistics, and tech positions. You're looking at a city in the middle of economic transformation. City number 13, Sacramento, the capital playground. Now here's something that'll surprise you. Sacramento, the state capital, over 1.5 million people, ranks as our 13th most affordable city. You're thinking, how is a major metro area cheaper than small towns? Here's the thing about Sacramento that nobody talks about. While San Francisco and Los Angeles are pricing out the middle class, Sacramento is actually building it. Median household income of $83K, second highest in our group. Home prices at $464K, fourth cheapest. You're probably wondering, what's the trade-off? The rent situation, $1,850 per month, puts it as the second highest in our affordable group. But here's what makes this interesting. You're getting state government jobs, UC Davis proximity, major league sports, real cultural life, and airport access for 51% less than Los Angeles. But let me tell you about the attractions that make Sacramento special. The California State Railroad Museum is one of the best in the country. Actual historic trains you can walk through. Old Sacramento looks like a movie set with wooden sidewalks and Gold Rush-era buildings, but it's got modern restaurants and craft breweries. The Kings Play Downtown in the Golden One Center is a world-class arena. The Crocker Art Museum rivals collections in much larger cities. But here's what locals know. The food scene is incredible. Farm-to-fork restaurants everywhere because you're surrounded by California agriculture. Folsom Lake and Lake Tahoe are both within 2 hours for water sports and mountain recreation. The American River Parkway runs right through the city with biking and walking trails. You can kayak to work if you want to. The job market is what makes Sacramento special. State government provides stability, UC Davis Medical Center and other healthcare systems are major employers, and the tech spillover from San Francisco creates opportunities without San Francisco costs. And about that safety concern you're thinking about, Sacramento's showing strong recent improvements, especially in the midtown and downtown areas where most of the development is happening. City number 11, Stockton, the Delta Discovery. You heard those numbers right. Median household income $90,527, the highest in our entire group. You're thinking there has to be a massive catch. Well, the home prices are $663,000, the most expensive in our group. But here's where the math gets interesting. When you're making $90K household income on a $663K home, your debt-to-income ratio is actually better than most expensive California cities. But let me tell you about what makes Riverside special beyond the numbers. The Mission Inn Hotel is this incredible Spanish Revival castle right downtown. It's where presidents have stayed, and the Festival of Lights during holidays draws visitors from across the country. You're living in a city with a landmark that people travel internationally to see. The rent averages $1,845, which sounds high until you realize you're 30% cheaper than Los Angeles with better earning potential.
City number 9, Victorville, the desert oasis. Victorville sits out in the high desert, and you're probably thinking, why would anyone want to live there? Well, here's what the numbers and the attractions tell you that might completely change your mind. Average salary, $95,568, second highest in our entire group. Home prices, $439K, fourth cheapest in the group. You're starting to see why this math works, but wait until you hear about what's actually there. The California Route 66 Museum is incredible. It tells the complete story of America's most famous highway. The Victorville Film Archive preserves thousands of classic films and offers screenings you can't see anywhere else. But here's what shocked me. You're 30 minutes from some of the most unique desert attractions in California. The Mojave National Preserve offers Joshua tree forests and volcanic formations that look like alien landscapes. Calico Ghost Town is a perfectly preserved silver mining town where you can explore authentic Wild West history. The Outlet Mall draws shoppers from across Southern California. The household income of $85K combined with those home prices gives you serious buying power. Rent averages $1,422, which is reasonable when you're making that kind of money. But here's what's driving those high salaries that most people don't understand. Victorville sits at the crossroads of major California logistics networks. The high desert location means lower operating costs for companies, but they still need skilled workers. The George Air Force Base conversion brought technology and aerospace jobs to the area. The lifestyle is unique. You get 4 actual seasons, clear skies 300 days a year, and you're 2 hours from LA, 2 hours from Vegas, and an hour from mountain recreation. The Mojave River runs through the area, creating green spaces and wildlife habitat in the desert. But here's what's coming that changes everything. Massive solar projects, expanded transportation networks, and data center development. Apple Valley and Hesperia are right next door, creating a high-desert metropolitan area that's quietly becoming essential to California's infrastructure. The recreation opportunities are incredible if you like outdoor activities. Off-road vehicle areas, hiking trails, rock climbing, and some of the best stargazing in California because of minimal light pollution. City number 8, Hemet, the Valley of Eternal Spring. Hemet tells a different story than the cities we've covered so far. You're probably thinking, never heard of it. And that's exactly the point. This place flies completely under the radar, but for a specific type of person, it's absolutely perfect. Home prices at $455K put it right in the middle of our group. Rent at $1,388 is reasonable, but here's where Hemet gets interesting. The median household income is only $53,623, second lowest in our entire group. You're thinking, so it's cheap because people don't make money there. The average salary of $46,414 confirms that this isn't a career-building destination, but here's what makes Hemet special. It's designed for retirement living in what locals call the Valley of Eternal Spring. The weather is absolutely perfect year-round. Warm days, cool nights, minimal humidity, and almost no rain. Diamond Valley Lake is one of the largest man-made lakes in California, offering boating, fishing, and water sports. The Western Science Center has one of the best dinosaur collections on the West Coast. The Ramona Bowl hosts the official state outdoor play of California every spring, a massive production that draws visitors from across the region. The San Jacinto Mountains provide a dramatic backdrop and offer hiking trails that lead to pine forests and alpine lakes just 30 minutes from desert floor. The cost of living is low because it's built around retirees who own their homes outright. The Simpson Park Golf Course is consistently rated among the best public courses in the region. The downtown area has antique shops, cafes, and a growing arts scene. Healthcare costs are reasonable, which matters when you're on a fixed income. The crime rate is manageable, and there's an established community of people in similar life situations. The Hemet Museum showcases local history and the area's connection to Native American culture. You're probably wondering, what if I'm not retired? Well, the unemployment rate of 6.5% shows there are jobs available, but they're mostly service sector positions supporting the retiree population. But if you can work remotely, Hemet offers incredible value with perfect weather and outdoor recreation. City number 2, Visalia, the gateway to giants. Visalia creates this weird situation that made me double-check all the numbers 3 times. It's the second most affordable city overall, but has the highest rent costs in our entire group at $2,018. You're thinking, how does that math work? Home prices at $416K are reasonable, 5th cheapest in our group. You're getting good job security and decent earning potential, but the rental market is completely disconnected from everything else. Here's what's really happening. Visalia sits in the heart of agricultural country, but it's also the gateway to Sequoia National Park and the giant sequoia trees. The rental market reflects this split personality. Local wages support $1,200 rent, but the tourism and commuter economy supports $2,000 rent. Landlords are pricing for visitors and Bay Area commuters, not locals. But here's what makes Visalia special beyond the numbers. You're 45 minutes from seeing the largest trees on Earth. General Sherman Tree in Sequoia National Park is the largest living thing on the planet by volume.
The giant forest has groves of trees that are over 3,000 years old. Downtown Visalia has been completely revitalized. The Visalia Fox Theater hosts major touring acts and Broadway shows. The Arts Consortium brings galleries and cultural events to historic buildings. Main Street is lined with local restaurants, craft breweries, and boutique shops. The job market locally is solid: healthcare, education, agriculture business, and increasingly tourism-related opportunities. The cost of living is low enough that a $77,000 household income feels like six figures in expensive cities. Mooney Grove Park houses the Tulare County Museum and offers lakes, trails, and picnic areas. The annual Spring Fest and other community events bring the whole region together. You're getting small city charm with access to world-class natural attractions.